Yo, listen, what's good? It's the King So Rich, and this fresh out. We over here in New York. I got the King ENY Schemes with me, and we building, man. We having some real conversation. We touching on some real topics, like we going into the depths of the prison system, and like earlier we was talking off camera, and you mentioned when you went on the run, you was 16, and I want to touch on that a little bit because like I mentor youth, man. I mentor youth from out here in Long Island, from some of the most underprivileged communities. And listen, man, these young people are amazing. These young men and women that I mentor, like, I go to work every day excited, looking forward to the different ways that we could build, we could learn. I'm an intervention counselor, I'm an interventionist, right? So, like, I get in tune with the young people, I connect young people to the community, I connect the community to the young people so they can have a better understanding of who they are, who we are really, right? Because a lot of times individuals hear certain things about some of our youth and never take the time to really get to know them, right? To really get to know the things that they're good at, the things that they're excellent at. Never take the time to really dig deep into their potential. So I want to touch on, like, you were 16 at the time when you first went on the run. Psychologically, our brains are not fully developed at that age. A lot of scientists say our brains don't fully develop until the age 25. Now they saying 30, right? So, and more specifically, the part of the brain that's not developed, the prefrontal cortex, is the part that got to do with logic. That has to do with reasoning, understanding, consequential thinking, and all that. So, like, can you tell us a little bit about
You gotta have
what life
people,
was like?
You gotta have other people thinking for you.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Elaborate on that a little bit.
I
16
had
on the run.
You know, I had the support of the family. You know what I'm saying? Like I was telling you before in the beginning, family. So if you ain't got your family, you assed out. Because 16 on the run, I went on the run from 16 to 18. And I got locked up in Virginia. I was going from like state to state. Like literally, I was everywhere. But that's why I had to bounce. Bounce. You can't stay in one spot. So, but you had to have the support. Because you can't bounce over there. You don't know nobody. You're going to be on the street. You know what I'm saying? So everywhere, you know, I got a big family. So I have family everywhere. But I couldn't think that shit out. But I knew hustling ways from being in East New York. So, but you still had to have the household, you know what I'm saying, to go to. You got to go to somebody's crib and shit like that. You got to get driven to the store. Because if you don't got nothing, you ain't got no ID, you ain't got none of that. None of that shit gonna work. You getting fake ID. So I'm on the run for 2 years. I got to have people that know how to make shit happen. Fake ID, shit like that or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And they put me in the loop to do certain things. So that's what kept me on the run for 2 years. A lot of people don't be on the run for 2 years. Now niggas get caught the next day. You know what I'm saying? Now he gets caught a week later, 2 weeks later or whatever. But my running stage was like, it was the support. Like I didn't want to go to jail at that age. Word. You can't make me go to jail at that age. You know what I'm saying? I ran. I ran to get the fuck away from them gates. Now, if you catch me down the line, you go catch me down the line. But I wasn't just saying like, yo, I'm going to do this and I'm going to jail. Nah, who does that?
Absolutely.
Nah, fuck that. You got to catch me. I was on a run for 2 years. It was a good run, too. I think I left my hood, you know what I'm saying? Because I knew that I had to get into certain stuff now. Like, again, it wasn't about being in East New York, walking around and being over here or over there at Gersh or somewhere like that. Nah. Now I had to get to some bread. Like, I had to really do something besides my family helping me, you know what I'm saying, and hiding me. And I wasn't living like I was on a run. That's why I was lasting so long. People would be in the crib all day and all that. Nah, I couldn't do that, you know what I'm saying? And nobody couldn't make me just stay in the house. I couldn't do that because your stomach will get hungry. And I don't know who house you staying in. If they ain't got no food in that refrigerator, your ass gonna be in that crib starving. So I had to get out. I was in Delaware. I was everywhere. Maybe we're gonna talk about where I was at. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the running stages, if you at that age and you think you gonna run, trust me. If you ain't got that support, you might as well go in there, do that time, get your ass home. You know what I'm saying? But if you can do it, I'm not confident to you to do it, but you have to be ready in here. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not ready in here, then I advise you to go on a run if you're not ready in here. Because you'll go in there, you get locked up, and you'll die. You know what I'm saying? Like, you kill yourself if this play with you. So if you're not ready to go in there, I wasn't ready to go in there at that time. Like, mentally, you know what I'm saying? I was still young. So 2 years later, that's long. 18. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm a little older or whatever. So now I got caught. Don't get it twisted. I ain't turned myself in. I was just gonna turn myself in. I was gonna wait until you catch me. So I got caught doing dumb little kid shit, and my 2 years on the run was done. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm on Rikers Island. Was I scared when I was on Rikers Island? No, because I was going to Spofford. Like Spofford, Juvenile, Crossroads, you know what I'm saying? Horizon, shit like that. All that shit was dudes. You on Rikers Island, you ain't been in them places with them Crossroads, Horizon, and shit like that. So the running stage, it was just basically getting me ready to be a man. You know what I'm saying? Like I was running to be a man. Like I told you before, when I got locked up, that's when I came out being a man. Because now who I am right now, it ain't how I was when I was out here, you know what I'm saying, before.
So let me ask you, if you right now, going through everything that you've been through, if you could give some advice to your younger self, or just to a young man out there, period, that's out there living the street life, running the streets, what advice would you give them right now?
Shit. What? At this age right now?
Yeah.
Do anything, not anything. Like, you know, if you got a kid, man, get a job. You know what I'm saying? Try to get some money to at least support you and your family. You ain't gotta do it illegal. There's wild legal ways to do stuff. You just gotta use your mind, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wrote 2 books when I was in jail.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, the only reason I couldn't put it out, like I was telling you before, was the escape. They was violating us, so they was tearing ourselves down. Pictures and all that. I lost a lot of good pictures that I should have right now of my daughter, my mother, my friends. You know, I wrote 2 books or whatever, you know what I'm saying? In jail, like I was telling you before, when the escape happened, it was terrorizing ourselves. So the pictures, I was losing pictures of my moms, my daughter, my friends, and stuff like that. So the books that I had wrote, one was called Somebody Help. They ripped up my books. That shit had me so mad. That's why
Absolutely.
I said these crackers was devious. The book I had called Somebody Help. The way I had wrote the book, it wasn't like gonna be like a regular novel. It was gonna be like a script, like a movie script, you know what I'm saying? And the book was basically based on everybody's lives. Like your life, of probably everything that you had done in your life, I would put it in the book. So, you know, you can see somebody's life from yourself, from your body. So I seen my cousin grow up, how she grew up, you know, how her moms was doing this to her or whatever. Or I seen my man, how, like, you know, his mom was a crackhead and shit like that. And this is our community, so I put everything from the community inside my book. So basically, it was based on the community. That's why I call it Somebody Help, because we needed help at that age, the ages. It was different, all different ages. Even people, mothers needed help. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you, my man and his mom was a crackhead. You know what I'm saying? So they needed help. So I put the book out to be Somebody Help, but they ripped my book up. They do water and everybody sells shit like that. They was trying to flood us out. And I told you when the feds came in, that's when they tried to cover everything up. And I told you the organization from Harlem, they was writing us, but they was telling us to tell our family to write them. But you know, from the jail system, when I was on a run, I basically was getting prepared throughout the running stages. If you went to jail at that age right there, like you caught that or whatever, and you went to jail, if you wasn't ready up here, you was gonna die if you ain't had the support. And a lot of people I know that went to jail at that age, they ain't got no support, and they up there, you know, they probably on the meds line. There's a lot of things going on with them right now.
Nah, absolutely, man. So, like, at that young age, like, talk to us a little bit about what it was like fighting your case, right? Knowing what it was that you were facing, knowing what were you accused of? What were you accused of, and what was it like for you fighting that?
Manslaughter. They dropped it down to manslaughter. They was trying to give me way more than 15 years, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, my whole thing was, I probably was going to go to trial. You know, that was in my head. You know, you hear a lot of people go to trial. Niggas don't want to go to trial. You go to trial, you'll see somebody you never seen before talk about, y'all seen you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It was like, who the fuck is that? So I ain't go to trial. You know what I'm saying? I copped out to 15 or whatever. And then I did 13. So, you know. But at that age right there, when I went to court, it was like looking at a movie. Like what's that? Southside OG Bobby Johnson. He caught 15. He caught some time. So it was like, yo, Dan, you would see a movie and you'd be like, yo, Dan, I ain't gonna never catch that time before. And the judge telling me 15 years. You know what I'm saying? I had my mother there, I had my daughter there. My daughter was a baby. I had a couple of family members there, and his family was there as well. You know what I'm saying? I felt sorry for his family that was there, but it could have been my mother there, crying. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, my mom's not crying for me being in the box, regardless of anything. So it wasn't like, you know what I'm saying, we both ain't had beef with each other. But his mother was crying. My mother was crying because I was going away for a long time, but I'd rather my mom was rather cry for me going away and coming back. You know what I'm saying? Because it could have been me and him. So that's my whole thing. Like, I wish I would have been doing something else when I was younger, but at that time, would I change anything, how it went down? Nah, because my moms would have been crying forever. I'm not letting my moms cry forever. That's why I'm out here trying to change my life now. As she went through hell. I put my moms through hell, so I'm trying to put her through heaven.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I like that. Absolutely. So let me ask you, right? Like, I want to touch on something specific, but I don't want to talk about the case. I don't want to talk about what happened, but I want to talk a little bit about something that you said. You said that, you know, you saw individuals' mother in there, and you felt bad for the family, right? So, like, if you don't mind, I want to touch on that a little bit because a lot of people don't speak about that aspect. A lot of people, like, you know, they talk about certain things, violence, whatever the case may be. People talk about violence and it's glorified. Yeah, I did this, I did that.
We taking somebody's seed. You know what I'm saying? You taking the mother, you know, females is very important in this world. You know what I'm saying? Without the female, the world is going to stop. They are here to make babies, and we're taking their seeds. Don't get it twisted, I took somebody's seed too. But you got to think about this, like, when you put us in this type of environment, it's either, like I told you before, we choose to get into certain things. So, you know, that's a harsh thing to see somebody's mom's crying, you know what I'm saying? Like, again,
absolutely.
But like I told you, I'd rather, like, my mom's, I'd rather be here for my moms, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather be here for my moms. If it's two things, if he got a gun and he got a gun and they both got to go at it or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
No, absolutely,
but,
absolutely.
Like, it's a harsh thing to see somebody cry. Like they cry because they kid. And we taking female seeds. Word. And that's that. I'm even gonna lie, it hurt, but
nah, absolutely. I respect that, man. And I respect you for touching on that. I respect you for speaking about that. Cause like I said, a lot of people don't touch on that, man. We just out here, you know, like making bad decisions. Like, it's a lot of violence going on in our communities, where you from, where I'm from. And like, people need to hear stuff like that, because honestly speaking, I feel like that should stop. That need to stop, man. If we could stop that, if we could do something that could stop a youngin' from possibly throwing his life away, running out there, gunning something down, and then having to face that 25 to life, that 35, that 45, and possibly never coming home again.
You can stop some. You can't stop everybody. You know what I'm saying?
No, you can't.
'Cause you had people before us that was doing this, you know what I'm saying? Like, trying to put good words in people's ears and have them listen, but it'll go one ear and out the other. You know what I'm saying? My mother always told me a hard head make a soft ass. You know what I'm saying? So you can try. You can have certain people talk to kids. You got Man Up, you know, who I talk to and who I'm trying to work with right now. And you can try to save certain kids. You can't save everybody. Certain people don't want to be saved. You know what I'm saying?
Some people not ready.
Some people not ready. When they ready, then you'll be able to reach out to them. But sometimes it might be too late. They'll probably be dead somewhere. Or probably be on drugs somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they choose. But then we can try to save certain people. This is what this is for right now. To try to touch somebody. Because if we don't touch nobody right now, ain't nothing gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you could try. Like, I just did 13 years. I came home, I shot 2 videos. So we could try to talk to somebody. But if they don't want to listen, we can't force nobody to listen.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
They is gonna have to open up for themselves. And like I said, like, we taking female seeds. Females is important. Without them babies, the world stops. It's just gonna be us, and we getting old.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. But I agree with you. Listen, man. If I could touch one youth, if you could touch one youth today, then that's a blessing. Because you stop one person from going through what you went through, going through what I went through. So that's one of the reasons we here, man. You already know. Fresh out, so rich. Got the King NY Schemes with me. We in the building, and we gonna dig deeper.